Alrighty, thank you for your patience, everyone. Alright, we've got a special event tonight, and to fit the special event, we are guiding the Just Chatting room. But yeah, we've got a few submissions. Thankfully, not too much, because who knows how well I'll be able to get these actually built. But I do like challenges and look through prompts. There's just not a lot for making like magic items and spells and stuff. But yeah, we got a few of them here. We'll just do a quick look through. Branko, we got a simple thing for kind of. The description sound like a improvised type system, a fishing rod for wizards based on a Calvin Ball like game. I think that was supposed to be a baseball Discord server, but I mean, what do I know? There could be another game with baseball as the name, so I left that in. Okay, so it is Blazeball. Good. I made the right choice there. But yeah, just the little description there, and I'll see what I can do for just a uncommon to rare type weapon. Some guy named Busk tossed in two. First one basing off the Mario Kart Blue shell. And we'll see how best I can quantify that for a legitimate weapon, especially one with the scaling abilities. But his other thing was also a accessory. An item used by the Postal Service, and from the description, it kind of sounds like a curse. It's really hard to find adventurers out and about when they're out busy slaying or laying gods. This item will help any carrier track down whoever they need to, wherever they are. Mail must be delivered no matter the cost. Come rain or sleet, no storm, no gale, or the phrase goes. But anyone who is not a courier picks up, they also suffer the quote-unquote curse. This magic is for couriers only, you poser. A lot of energy in there, and I think I've got an idea for how to go off of that. Yeah, I pretty much only set this up like an hour ago, so I didn't give to give myself too much time to think of it before stream. Then we got the first of Beck's things, which I actually forgot that one. Let me put it in there before I forget. Yeah, like Busky up here. Becca's another one of my players, and she was very creative when she had an artificer. Tools of genius, because not everyone is expert in all tools, but these can certainly help. Those proficient in these tools, proficient in tools. These tools make you an expert. If you're not, they make you proficient. 50-50 chance that when using the tools, that they move your hands to add something to what you're crafting. I suppose kind of reflecting this sometimes beginner's luck will really help and carry a particular project. Second one did. Let's see, some say this is a curse. Others say it is the nature of adventurers. This curse makes the bear have a strong desire to do what others say they can't. You attempt to let cool heads prevail by making a wisdom save, and if you pass, you do not. Trying to do what others say is impossible. Which this will probably be one of the easier ones, just because it's only an uncommon, not a whole lot of big fancy things on a curse of that rank, but we'll see what I can do with it. And the last one that we will work on later is Beck's other submission, which this is just tip the iceberg. There are multiple components because it is a rare to mythic end of the rarity. Probably something like an artifact in 5e. So there are a lot of bells and whistles, but the BBG asks you and what army. This weapon will be the answer. This weapon once belonged to many a great fated hero, and each one has imbued a part of their fated soul into the weapons when they gave up adventuring or passed from the mortal realm. Requiring attunement, it will be a +2 weapon, deals double the base damage type depending on damage on a hit. Jump ahead myself the other descriptions. Where did I have that window? Oh, there. I'll be sharing it. But let's see, that one is here. We won't go into the specifics till we work on it. In specifically, because it has 4 things: the smith, the psychopomp, the rogue, and the warrior. Which is a little reference to the first campaign group having fighter, a rogue bard. The psychopomp would be our wizard, who did the Unearthed Arcana subclass for pretty much wizard gets to take a was it cleric domain, and he chose the grave, and the smith being her own artificer. Yeah, that'll be a kind of culmination, something to build up to, because that is going to be a multi-part thing. But all these, it won't be quite as difficult. Probably a good chunk of the time will be more looking up comparative things, so I don't make it over powerful. Because it's like Fireball. Level 3, it is the spell with the most capability in terms of damage at that level. And that's because mechanically, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that resists fire. And it's because instead of a line like a lightning bolt, where just everything in a line gets hit, it's a radius. It's a lot easier to get enemies to clump up together than to find a good vantage point to get them in a line, you know? Let's see, one of the campaigns you played, so the Eldritch Knight you're going with ADHD, yeah. That seems like it'd be an issue. For sure. Let's see, before I forget, though, let's go ahead and get some nice lo-fi in the background. Let's see, that. Not too bad in terms of volume. Yeah, I'll turn it down a little bit just to make sure I don't get drowned out later on to level. I mean, if you're going to multi-class for spellcasters, that's what you do with Eldritch Knight. Get those nice compatible spell slots with the same mental save. Apologies, quick sippy there. Yeah, if we manage to get this all done in the 2-hour time frame, I do also have a wheel set up, and I'll probably just take like a quick effect, like name off a spell or whatever, and then we'll do a roll on there. It has both the rarities and the various types of item options I had from the survey. But that would be a big what if. We do need to get through all these first. I figured we'd start from the top down. Excuse me. Alright. We'll start with Boomerango's little 2d6 type system. Now, I don't know exactly how that would work, because like he said, it is a Calvin Ball type thing, kind of improv. Let's see, a bit more typical fantasy RPG, it's so damn long, but like Artificer Rogue, yeah, oh yeah, that, it comes out really good, that, the little bit of expertise is nice. That's basically the bastard child of an assassin and a Mandalorian. Yeah. Yeah, you, let's you're in the Discord channel, right? You should talk to my players there, because without the rogue level, just more background stuff, like details. She got some of the rogue things. It's like, why not let her learn Thieves' Cant? Because her backstory has her currently working with a Thieves Guild, you know? No, because I think even with a solid understanding of the rules, being able to quickly improvise an item on the fly is not going to go super easily for a new system. Usually I try to like enmesh myself into it for like a couple months, get a couple games both as a player and a DM. But it's opposed to that 2d6 that's actually not too horribly different from the GURPS system, which I had several years with. Instead of a d20, it had 4d6. Which the upside to that many but smaller dice is you tend to get more in the middle of the minimum 4, maximum 18? Wait, no, sorry, 3d6. Minimum 3, maximum 18, that's it. Before any of the respective bonuses you put into skills. So going off of opposed d6 like that. The average rolls happen most often, so 2d6 would be 7. So I think for Fishing Rod for Wizards, I think we need to incorporate something special happening on the average. Especially because you put it the uncommon to rare rarity, which means we can actually do some fun stuff. Let's see, what are some big aspects for wizards people are known for? We got fireball means, God, when they go evil, like full-on lichdom, undeath type stuff, spell books. Incorporating that for a fishing rod. Time magic. One of the big important things that happens a lot when fishing is having to reel it in, well, the catch. So how about whatever this Calvin Ball thing is? Assuming that the rules are about as adaptive as Calvin Ball as well, things being able to change. How about all of a sudden you just get to undo a recent change? Go ahead with that. See, and that's not a major thing because it is luck based. So, pulling. Undo. Best way to phrase this, probably a single rule change. Oh, freaking hit caps lock when I didn't need to. But that's a small bonus because of the luck fact that it's also possible to completely not have it activate. See, it started as Connect 4 and also Tic-Tac-Toe. I'm surprised that started as was that a Discord server you said? Or Baseball? Yeah. It's interesting that you guys tried to play freaking Connect 4 and that sounds like a lot of work. And I can see how you do it. You'd have just spaced individual, I guess, circles, and then each person just puts their initial for wherever they're dropping a thing down to. I quickly got weird. As things go in made-up Discord games, with emoji, that makes more sense. Emoji stand out more. Then it became something where they're opposed 2d6 for an improvised battle type thing. But yeah, we'll equally 7, can undo a single roll change. And how about we'll do another random type one that cannot occur with this equaling 7. Homeschooling doubles. No, not force. That's too aggressive for a word thing. Just change of the opponent's dice. No, not make. Give them a pair, yeah. Give them a pair. That's probably about as general as I can go, not knowing the whole system. But for what I'm getting, 2d6 oppose, and it's a fight, of which you can equip weapons. So having a double... Oh wait, I need to make that actual vertical. There we go. Having 2 dice, equipping weapons for things you can do in combat, I think those are 2 fun effects. So you roll a 7, and you get to mess with the rules a little bit. You roll doubles, and you can just choose whatever their lower dice is and say, that's both your dice. So if they also rolled a 6 and a 1, you can just automatically go, nope, that's a 2. You don't get to use your ability. Yeah. We will say... We should reorder this. We should put the 7 first. Sorry, second. And doubles takes precedence. No, not the friend. If your opponent doubles. They seem like a fun thing to use in a system like that, yeah. This is the way to do it. Ah. Also has and this is where we need to think of the name. We'll just call it X Rod until we get the actual name made up. Oops. Butt rolls doubles, yeah. The effect of doubles goes first. There we go, yeah. Yeah, as good as getting a 7 is, getting 2 of the exact same is a little bit harder to get. It is it's almost exactly the same odds, but they need to match. As soon as you roll, let's say if you rolled them one at a time, first dice it's a 6, and this next one has to also be a 6. Meanwhile, if the opponent gets a 4, their effect will only activate if they also get a 3, but they can still make use of it if they get like a 4 or 5 or 6 on top of that. So yeah, we'll do it like that. Now, a name for the X-Rod. Let's go ahead and use the little other window. Where did I put that other window? There we go. A window to look up for, we'll just pull up the source.com. It's usually what I do to kind of think up creative names, because I'm not the smartest tool in the TED. Let's just look up synonyms for time. Anything that pops out for potentially fish-related puns come about. We got juncture, interval, meh. Shift. No, tide. Ooh. Tide. It's in flow or current. Yeah, I think. Let's see, do we want to go current? No, we'll use tide or flow. Just put that here. Tide flow. Using rod would be pretty good still. Just because you got fishing rods, and there are several magic systems and games that have wand as an alternative to a staff or just a plain old wand. Let's see, is there any particular fish? Could also tie into this kind of gambling mechanic. Let's see, snake eyes. Is there a snake named fish? Let's see. There is a snake head fish. Hey, Brazen! Thank you for wobbling in however briefly you can stay. Yeah, we're kind of wrapping up this first item, just kind of thinking up a name. Eels do exist, but I mean, it turns out there is a fish named Snakehead. That kind of, the name isn't too creative, but can give us the kind of description of what this rod looks like. Especially because this thing has got, it almost looks like it's got spots similar to a leopard. Let's see, no other major defining things other than it oh boy, some of these get huge. Holy shit. Ooh. But here's one of the smaller ones. It looks like it's actually got pretty bright colors similar to a fishing lure. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll use that, not for the name, but to, like, the description of the item. Keep that. And I think going off of the fact that the two kind of variable things that happen change things. Let's see. We'll go with tide. Let's see, it's rising tide, close tide. What's the other? I think changing tide is a term. Tide, ocean might give me some less family-related things from different. Or the pole of angling. Fishing rod was not the rod of it. Yeah. I mean, both of them work, though pole usually makes me think more like a pole arm. Which honestly sounds a little too serious for the kind of, like, Calvin Ball-esque thing Burangu here described. I think we'll go with Rolling Tides. Rolling Tides, because it is still the 2d6 opposed system. Oh, Pole of Angling from Xanathars. Oh yeah, that would well, let's not get Wizards of the Coast in here first. I'd like more time to just shit on them all over. Okay, yeah, we got the Rolling Tide Rod. There's no bonuses to damage, just this fun little effect. For the description, go here, 2 asterisks, so when it comes out we get a italics. Just lost the window that I had the little image. There we go. Baseball horror game. Which will make this all the more horrifying. It's like, oh, it's just a fishing rod. We don't have to worry about that. Warps reality. It's like, ah, shit. Yeah, let's see. Well, because it's a horror thing, albeit silly, like you said, how about the rod itself looks pretty normal. In fact, it even looks just a little bit worn down. Worn rod with trade tackle? Is that the right term? Or is tackle in a bird? Fishing tackle. If not, I think it's the reel. Yeah, tackle is just like the whole thing in general, not specific to reel. Read and a squeaky. That's not how squeaky's actually spelled. It's close enough. Squeaky. Right, almost glowing. You're attached to the end. Okay. Blue. The description would be more of a dot or a circle. We'll go with rings. Rings along its length. There we go. It's a fun, still fairly short description as far as some go, but kind of fits for the horror-esque campaign. Silly mechanics. Not gonna actually catch up. Let's see. Legendary items existed. Oof. Person saying you're throwing a Menzo Baranzan? I hope I pronounced that right. Menzo Baranzan campaign. You are a common fisherwoman before you became a warlock. What a way to live, though. If anyone's gonna have patience for dealing with a patron, it's gonna be a fisher of some sort. She had herself a barbed whip made with fish hooks. Oh no. Oh, that is horrifying, yet also a little funny. Let's see. Go, for instance, character Jessica Telephone. Interesting name for this system. Got a legendary bat called the Dial Tone. Fan artist consistently drew it as a telephone receiver, and sometimes has her arm. Okay. Interesting that it also got, shown as her arm sometimes. So that's funny. Yeah, Blaze Ball Cannon right there. Can't question that. We have the only thing left to do. Just copy the name of the rod here. Back down here for the X rod placeholder. But, there we go. It's a simple, to the point kind of ability. Rolling doubles. If you get some good ones, you can mess with the opponent's dice, and if I mean, you would probably be using it no matter what, unless they also have a specific effect that would activate you're trying to avoid. But yeah, it would. I'm sure it'll be very funny for your little group if you guys still play this baseball horror game. The arm receiver part, but is it that? Okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, we got a rolling tide rod. All well and done. So let's move on to the Mario Kart Blue Shell. So I think I said earlier I have some ideas. By some, it's just see the way they describe it here. I believe there's a little bit more they had in the description. It's just more than we really need out here. There's that window. Okay, number 2. Okay, no, that is it. Goes after whoever's in first, smites them for being cocky shit, but our custom system was 5e. And there is no racing heavy system in play there. FS I have work. Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you dropping in as long as you could, Brazen. We'll see you around. But yeah, 5e doesn't really have a built-in race mechanic, so it's going to be hard for trying to balance it for races in particular. But it is still a weapon. And the idea I have is something similar to the sleep spell. Those of you who are unfamiliar with it, with the sleep spell, what you do is you roll a bunch of dice, and in the area you've cast the spell, it starts with whichever creature has the least amount of health left, they go to sleep. And however much health they had left is removed from the total you rolled. So let's say you roll, I'm blanking on the number, we'll just say 46. And you somehow get the max number, 32. If every creature in there has more than 20 health, then starting with the lowest at 20, take that out, you've got 12 left, and you only put 1 to sleep. Not super useful, but it's really good for early campaigns when you might face small mobs of low health enemies. So yeah, we'll do something like that, where instead of going after who it is first, it goes whoever has the most health left. Especially because you can't exactly see who has health. You can talk to your friends, do some meta knowledge there, but you can't exactly know how much the enemy does outside of a very few subclasses. Oh hey, we got the problem and the solution right here. You Jeez. 1 sec. Boy, you ever just breathe the wrong tube somehow? Yeah, welcome in. You haven't missed much. We let's go a bit more. We just finished off this rolling tide rod, which I think is generic enough it could be applied to the systems like 5e. But yeah, it's just for this baseball game, it sounds like they kind of cobbled together in Discord server, which is a bit more general. 2d6 system, roll doubles, you get to change one of your opponent's dice. On a 7, you get to just undo a rule change. Went with a nice little time/fishing rod to give this neat little description of a snakehead fish. Because, you know, craps has got snake eyes and all that. Yeah, a side thing. Something that just evolved there. But let's see. We were working on Busky's little Mario Kart Blue Shell. Let me get the right. Here we go. Test. Yes. Alright, so big thing is how to scale the rarities, because you did go ahead and choose uncommon to rare to mythic for scaling weapon. This other window, let me go ahead and look up what sleep usually does for dice. I'll base the scaling off of that. Okay, so that wasn't too far off my assumption. It's 5d8 out of 46. Let's see, at higher levels, gain additional 2d8. I think we'll go off damage being dealt to the person with the highest amount. We're gonna go with less. Let's see, first level spell. We'll round up and we'll say 6d8. We'll have it to 3. Each additional level getting another d8. It's not too bad. Now I just gotta look up the guide I usually have for spell scrolls. Spell scrolls kind of bump up with rarity about the same rate as spell damage like that. Scroll here. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So, cantrips first are common, but he's starting at uncommon. So, considering that this goes after the, just automatically goes after the highest, and thus it could be your own side, we'll say it's expendable item. Will also mean crafting it is half price, as single-use items are. Let's see, uncommon is third, rare is fifth. Mythic is kind of the equivalent of legendary, so we're gonna just say ninth for the last one. Alright, that is off third, 5d8. I said it was fifth, 78. And for ninth level, yeah, 11d8. Almost had my math there. And I guess with the big explosion there that comes in Mario Kart, tempting thing is to do force, but I think that's a bit much for something that I'm ruling it will be a consumable that is craftable. I think instead we're going to go with thunder. Now, because I think we need more items that are useful as a bonus action. Right? Thank you for the lurk. But we need more consumables that are bonus actions, like the way that potions just kind of should be, at least in 5e. We'll go ahead and say the blue shell is a bonus action to activate. Let's see how to word this. With flavor description, yes, we'll focus on the mechanics. Seeks out the not enemy, because that means it'll only go after enemies. I think there needs to be a chance of this. If you improperly use this, say not at the beginning of the fight like you should, it'll potentially hit your own allies. So, except the creature would probably be the best way to put that. Creature. And those Mario Kart things are pretty long, but we don't want to be too much. Like, as funny as it'd be if it like flies off beyond the realm of the fight, the party's actually in. It's some unbeknownst devil or something in the area. Let's not have it baked too hard in the mechanics for that. I think 120 foot tends to be about the max, without any like feats doubling it. 120 feet. Highest remaining health. I'm not gonna do it by percentages, but let's not hurt any DMs out there. It's like, okay, I gotta figure out who's got the most remaining health. It's like, nah, just highest health there. Let's see. Either mechanics we should do. I don't think it has to be someone who's visible. Especially for the mythic version. And honestly, with that damage scaling, I don't think it's too bad if it's automatic failure. Let's see. There are ways to get away from the blue shell in Mario Kart. I'm not hip on the strat for it, but I know there's a noisemaker that's able to do it. Scratch CMs can always add, yeah, they can always add their extra little spin on it. But yeah, I think the only way to stop it is with a specific type of reaction. There's no roll you have to make. There's no legendary resistance that helps a BBEG. Something like how the magic missile can be stopped with just the shield spell. Let's see. I've also got a spell list open here. How many spells are there that are reactions? There can't be too many. Let's see, there we go. Gas time reaction. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Definitely not Soul Cage. Counterspell's not bad. Okay, I think I don't think Shield, just because let's not give that too much affinity. But I think, let's see, not... What's the phrase for it? Someone behind full cover. Like if they had the wherewithal to prep up an entire wall of stone to just surround and encase them, I think that's fine to stop it. But for a fun reaction spell, what about Silvery Barbs? Because there is, like I said, there's that kind of like horn noisemaker thing in Mario Kart. What if just expending Silvery Barbs could just automatically make it fail? It's like it'd be fun. It would be unexpected. So the ability to do that would be kind of funny if it goes after a player. No, it's not, but I mean, Shield also does not typically, like for anything, auto-cancel damage. It's just specifically for Magic Missile, you know? So, just take that phrasing. Which is actually just, and you take no damage from Magic Missile, yeah. Now I know that's built into the shield spell. For Silvery Barbs, just the volume being able to stop it. Okay, so... There's no... Or lessen the damage. Let's see how to describe. It's not just behind full cover. I'm thinking like inside a building of sorts. How about just is in a structure? Let's see some in a structure. It doesn't sound bad. It feels more like it's just weird. There's just not a whole lot of spells that it's like, oh, if they're in a structure, you're shit out of luck. Nothing happens. Yeah. Let's see. I kind of wanted to do a half damage turtle-like creatures. I mean, we could do something like that. Like, just because it's a very niche thing. Or maybe it's like a secondary effect versus like turtles and turtle-esque beasts. Like, actually, are Kappas in the base game, or is that it's probably a homebrew thing? I don't think Wizards of the Coast has put out any Far East type mythical creature sets. Excuse me. Ooh. Structure. Item is soon put out damage to anyone. Okay, then actually let's look up. Do turtles have any special ability that would tie into perhaps why it doesn't hurt? Let's see. Turtle. Here we are. Oh, nope, that's the stat block, not player race. There we are. Okay, we have natural armor, intuition, shell defense. Okay. Okay, I think we tied into shell defense. Yeah. Yeah, that's shell defense. They can withdraw into their shell. It is as an action. But, because it is still them, I think it's just automatically half damage. Or we can make it a... No, I think we'll make it a save in those instances. Creature with a shell, such as a turtle with shell defense. In which case, I'll need to... Do I still have the spell suite? Yes, I do. Here. Because thankfully the item thing also has the scaling DCs that tend to come with respective rarities. Yeah, con save's perfect, yes. Good thinking. Let's see, don't save for rare. Up to 17. The artifacts being 19, really? Let's see. I think we're gonna bring this down, just so there's a pattern to them. 13, 16, 19. And then visually, space is there, looks better. Yeah. Health. Now, it's not a super big radius on whoever's lead for Mario Kart, so how about we just say... Actually, what is the smallest radius of spells? I think it's like 15 feet. Get rid of reaction time. No, I'm gonna have to look for it. I don't know what to search to just get the radius things. Ranged, no. Here we go, self-area spells. That should be about what I'm looking for. Yeah, they're 10-foot radius. We'll do that, because 5... Oh, that's 5 miles, not 10, 5 feet. Jesus Christ. Oh, control weather, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, let's go with... takes the damage. Go save. Actually, we'll expand the save to all the creatures within 10 feet. Don't misspell that. True. To take half. Then we'll say turtles and those types of creatures get advantage. For the grammar of these sentences. No save. Should be semicolon, I believe. And and esque. Go with esque creatures get advantage. Then we're not having to figure out the perhaps clumsy wording about the shell ability turtles have. See, targets the. Say no save. Then we'll revert this one if. Yeah, we don't need that. If the targeted creature expensive use silvery barbs or structure at the time it is used, the item is consumed without dealing damage. Yes, that is a good way to do it. Now I just need to get the spacing up here so it's a bit more readable. Work, symbol there. Here's the symbol for skipping a line. That's a bit too many lines. Perfect. And that looks good. Now it's just a matter of getting the asterisks to make stuff bold, make stuff italics. We'll just do numbers alone in here. That looks weird. So instead, just mark them here as common dash. No, dash looks weird. Colon. I think we spell it out. But other than that, we just need a name that will not get a Nintendo coming on the stream. It's like, hey, we'd like to speak with you, Lucy, about this item you came up with. Specifically, our lawyers. But other than that, this spell feels pretty good. It's not a super balanced, but it's a consumable, and it's probably going to be very costly to make the mythic one. And with the way it works, it's probably closer to Wondrous Item, isn't it? So let's say that. Consumable, Wondrous Item. Not quite what was asked, but seeing as it's made for just purely like damage, I think it's close enough to work for Busky. Wait, I forgot to put it out here. Let's see. Creature may use its bonus action to activate Shell of Destiny. It's actually pretty good and fun. Let's see, I'll type of names, just type there. Destiny, just so I don't forget. But I forgot to put in that needs to be used as an item. Let's see. Bonus action. It seeks out the creature with nice remaining health. Target takes full damage to save loud and makes input. Yes, that sounds good. Shell of the Loser. Actually, you know what? That's pretty good. Shell of the Sore Loser. It's like, oh, you got so much fucking health, huh? Shell the shore. You know what? I'm gonna call it the shore loser, if only because I just tripped over it in my head, and I think that's gonna happen a lot. Shell of the shore loser. Okay, and lastly, I think just a little flavor description we got. Let's see. Ooh, what's that term? Tortoise shell terms, because there's a specific term for like enamel-like stuff on the shell of a tortoise. I think that'd be a good like little buzzword to put in the actual description. The accidental wordplay is great. It is changed a couple moments in my campaign. Just thinking up lords, like I definitely missaid that. But I'm gonna keep going and see if anyone calls me on it. Scoots, that's what they're called. Okay, so scoots definition. Fun words. Okay, keratin, bony external plate. On the shell of a turtle or the underside of a snake. That's interesting fact. We're learning some biology out here today. Ooh. And it actually has other terms too. Shield or buckler, coming from a French term. Or an old French gold coin, value of about 3. I'm not sure what that shortened thing is supposed to mean. Yeah, I assume it's a weight, because it's 3S or 4D sterling, or roughly 80 cents. Okay. I just heard that. I mean, they got Magic the Gathering flashbooks. I mean, oh, Skewed Swarm. Ooh. I think I got out of Magic the Gathering before those became a problem. But I mean, I've been out of the game for like 9 or 10 years now, so that wouldn't be surprising either that I've missed stuff. The new horrors the game has inflicted on its players. But yeah, I think Skewed is a good way to do it. Or an escutcheon. What is escutcheon? I'm pretty sure it's a type of shield. Will give us a good like image. Skewed Swarm. Those are all parts of a lock, which I guess are also called escutcheon. Oh, it's in heraldry. That's why. See, the part is the shield that forms the main or focal element. Okay. So I think the item is kind of shaped like a small buckler. Be strapped to the arm or the hip when out in use. Let's see, I put description right there, so we'll do it right here. Small buckler from dragon or in. Let's see, what's wait? Let's never play monster with Rango. Yeah, probably. He's having that much fun with it. Let's see. I'm trying to think, what's a good way to describe like less legal terms? Areas where poaching would be done. Blue. For now, just go look. Actually, this should be in. Tools. Yeah. Oh wait. Scutate? That's gotta be a strategy in Magic Gathering, right? You're not just making up terms for me. Oh yeah, the comically small shield. That's what I'm pretty much picturing too. Small, because it's not made for defense. In fact, you probably would not use this as a normal shield, considering its a volatile nature. Yeah. Just save this. about the discarded. That's it. Sorry. Which actually, the open parentheses there. With we should also buck there. It would be funny. I think I've seen that in a Soul Calibur, at least the games where you can create your own items. People create some crazy stuff in there. Dude with Power of a Storm. Or Packet Full of Smoke Powder. Both of those have potential for funny insinuations for how items are made. Swarm, especially with Micro. Oh boy. Parcel Beast. But that sounds so fun. Sorry, I'm gonna look up that image really quick just to see. Parcel Beast. Okay, yeah, those are pretty neat. A little intimidating beasts in Magic the Gathering, but I think on the side of like cute or neat at least. Okay. Oh, wait. Gotta escape the asterisks. So, place that there. Let's see. Tile. Yep. I'll tell that much. It's like a battery. Intentionally overcharged. I misspelled it. Oh, second T in battery. Accidentally got a comma there. All-time magic. Much like a battery intentionally overcharged. Yeah, and I think that's good for a little description of that. Space. Bingo, bango, bongo. We've got another item done. Okay, though at this rate, we are probably not going to be able to get all of them so that we can work on some completely random items. It's a shame, but it unfortunately happens. And with lo-fi, I forgot that I had my little air fan going at the background, so sorry if that bothered anyone. Just picturing someone making the other colored ones, I mean, yeah. But we'll just stick with the blue buckler, and we'll assume any spiked versions are more an artistic addition due to that particular crafter. And next we've got a rare accessory. And I think with as much space as these take up, let's go ahead and just really quickly move the Cursed Trap down to the next page. Not there. There we go. Oh. I forgot to get those spaces down to there. Perfect. And we'll get to those later. Now, here's rare accessory. Okay, item used by the Postal Service, and the description kind of sounds like it's like not weaponized, like a curse that has been harnessed for an alternative purpose. And I have a feeling I know what inspired this a little bit. So for the specific accessory, let's go ahead and say first item. Ooh, here's a question: do we do the hat or the suit itself? Okay, we're gonna say it's the entire golden suit. Yeah. Say it's probably a three-piece type suit. Something that can be worn under armor. To help people out who may not know the book specifically, we're going to start with the description on this one. Scheming postman. Oh, if I can spell things correctly. He's a postage office. Those tend to be the term. Even beyond typical of his station. Let's see. Next his economy. Kart looked down favorably. And their blessings to shit. Say his favorite suit. But yeah, this is I'm pretty sure you got inspired by a particular book known as in the Discworld series, Going Postal, in which a former con artist is more or less muscled into the job of saving this post office, and as such, he has to do a couple of scams which culminate in an incredibly expensive looking gold suit, and revive his particular postage carrier, albeit due to the demands of his it's not mayor, the patrician, yeah. This there, another spacer, because I think we're gonna need, nope. Let's see, I think that's just colons, right? Yeah. Yep. Perfectly. There we go, we got the lie he likely told everyone else. We see when you mention his gold, yeah. It's a very good book. Definitely the sort of thing I would recommend. It's maybe not the best one to start with, but if it's going to be the only one you read from the Discworld series, it's an incredible one for just a standalone story. And some nice little hints at other books that might also raise interest. For the actual mechanics of it, so it's type of curse. So I think we start with the actual benefits of the thing first, which he had. Pretty sure this is the one that had more description than we actually put down. You know, it is only that. Must be delivered no matter the cost. So I think it'd certainly be a wisdom save, because that tends to be for anything that influences people in a particular way. Let's see, items. Oh shit, not that. Filter. Oh, this is the wrong item thing, isn't it? There we go. That's the one with the actual filter. Okay. Curses. Let's look up a couple official curses, try and get some idea of how to particular word this thing. Let's see, typically revealed when twice cast armored can be removed. Yes, so we'll go ahead and just copy this particular wording wholesale, because it's the most important thing about curses. Oh, I hate when it auto formats like this. Okay. That. It's fine. It's fine. Add the other things on there. But what sort of things come with benefit? Let's see, Berserker Axe down to +1. Bracelet of Rock Magic. What? Oh, Yawning Portal. Yeah, that has weird stuff. Indeed, petrified. Flesh of stone, stone shape. In exchange, the cursed and creatures of flesh that are strongly related to earth and stone, such as stone giants and dwarves, just have advantage on a saving throw against. Oh, so that's less a curse on the wearer and more when you use that particular flesh of stone. Okay. And if they succeed, Bracelet breaks your attunement and casts it on you. There's the curse part. I think... Actually, I think that style of curse might be better. So for the benefit, I think we give a couple uses, or at least a use, of something like Enthrall. Let's see. All distracts his words. Creatures of your choice you can see within a range with no limit. Well, the only limit being the range of 60 feet, but no limit on how many creatures. Yeah, I think that's the thing to do. I think a once per day use of Enthrall, as well as a bonus to Charisma saves. Yeah, and that actually works with the whole like rebound part of the curse on this bracelet of rock magic too. If someone does not buy your bullshit, you are instead kind of enthralled to them. Yeah, I think we do that instead. But I think it needs another blessing. So how about something like Mage Armor? So we won't have this tied to magic inherently. We'll have the bonus be Charisma modifier instead of Dexterity. Yep. That actually sounds really good for this particular thing. So into this suit. And we'll just short it to C of 13 plus that needs to be spaced. Plus there. Fire. This suit is cannot put armor, can still use shields. That sounds better. Additionally, see, how did it say the charisma save? Because I'm pretty sure bards typically get it. What's the wording on paladin auras? I think we use that for the describe their bonus they get for charisma. Here. Nope, that's the aura of courage specific feature. God dang, I'm gonna have to go specifically open another tab just for paladin features. Cool. Go. Paladin aura. Here it is, protection. Ooh, we're from actually with the rarity, rare. Let's not bring in friends. This will just be them. Or protection, but I tried searching for it and didn't come up on the site that makes it real handy to look for features and spells. But yeah, let's see. Gains bonus 2. Okay. I think for the phrasing on that, you are supposed to make a charisma. Actually, before I get to do this, I'll finish this script before I move stuff around. This suit your save bonus. Pretty much, it is just very hard for people to, throw you for a loop. Like I said, we are going to move stuff around. This should be an ability that they don't have to be attuned to. So we'll do that, move this additionally. That's so many spaces. There we go. So you command your charisma onto the save on top of your normal save bonus. Additionally, when you tune, they gain that. We no longer need that tab. Okay. Spells enthrall. That's what we're gonna do. Because it's only rare, I think it's a single use. Just once. So once without spending slot. Like I said, the curse thing, we're gonna borrow the idea from Bracelet for Rock Magic, where the curse is not about this. I'm going to get rid of it. I think we can remove all that description matter. Start. Copy to hit her. If it's removed on means how to phrase this. I gotta look up one of the cursed items where you don't want to give something up. I think Berserker Axe, one of them. Curse your own. There we go. That's the bit we need to take. No specifics about. If someone tries to forcibly take it, so we'll add on to that. Suit is cursed, become attuned to it, extends curse to you. To part with. Set of part 2. Move the suit. Wearing it at all times. Let's see, it's only a rare. If you fail charisma save at the prompting of your allies. Temporarily convinced. Alright, next section of the curse. The wording for... Okay. I think instead of something as general as any creature that has advantage versus charisma saves or against being charmed or frightened, I think we're going to have it be specifically people in positions of authority, tying it back to that whole Discworld origin I'm sure he pulled it from. So we can skip offending with her manifest curse. Completed. In government power. Don't buy half the bullshit you're selling. Let's see. Advantage when what? Here's the phrasing. It is creature save. If they succeed, yeah, if they succeed, suit breaks its attunement. Oh, no, I phrased it wrong. Your attunement breaks your attunement to it. And because it's different from Flesh of Stone, let's see. As if the creature who succeeded had cast Thrall. There we go. Let's see, I think with that, Thrall is a charisma spell. I think that bonus has to be something that you only get when attuned. Let's see, while drop this. Go. Wearing the suit. CC 13, charisma. Plus the charisma. Sworn, you cannot benefit from any armor, but you can still use shields. Cut that. We combine this into a single thing. So that's just one attune, not necessarily wearing it. And then while wearing, you get that. Then the additionally goes here. Additionally, you also gain the ability to cast Thrall once per day without expending a spell slot. Yes. Go. It's a bit long going off the page there, but I think we can fix that by just shortening the space between. Yep. And then we got long one still there. There we go. And that's a full page done. We've got another wondrous item, very nice golden 3-piece suit. Which I think we didn't actually use gold anywhere in there. Let's see. Trying to get. Okay. Okay, now for what to call this thing. Something involving Postmaster would be good. Hatchet. Because I know there's a wiki for all of his books. Yeah, I was gonna do that when I type in the title here. Sorry, not title, the name of it. Okay, he is Liquig. His real name. Actually, what was his name? What was his cover name before he did that? Let's see. Characters, most fun liquid. Does it have his cover name before that? Conman. Dang. Sadly, it does not. I guess because it's not his real name. I don't feel like getting up to go check the book itself. Let's see. We can go with. Well, because it has a kind of mage armory-like ability. Attunement. Almost forgot. Make that, let's see. Rid of the Postmaster. Go. Armor of the Postmaster, because his position is the Postmaster General. But because the flavor text says more of just of a small town rather than the bustling metropolis that is Ankmore Park, we'll just leave it at Postmaster. That is a good for that guy. Spacing all that's good. So next will be first up Bex, the Tools of the Genius. For that, I'm gonna step up real quick. Stretch legs, Jesus Christ. Oh boy. I'm sure you guys could hear my knees from a couple steps away, but ooh, it's fine. We're good. We're fine. We're alive, that's all that matters for tonight. Alright, we got very special Tools of the Genius. So very nicely, we already have the name just settled out of the way. But let's see. I don't think there are too many examples of magical tools. So this should make it pretty easy. Nope, there are literally none. At least on the official 5e stuff. These are an optional accessory. Man, I fucking wish. I could get these up. But I'm stuck on them. Yeah, let's see. Oh, found a gap. But somewhere on the page. Let's see. Yes. Okay, and the tools. Cool. Thank you for that. It shouldn't be too difficult. Take some let's see, what is the, I know there's a subclass. Well, there's a class where all the subclasses seem to give a specific situation for expertise. I think it's Ranger. Let me look up the wording for those, and we can take that to fiddle with the wording on Tools of Genius. Yeah, it's Ranger or Druid. I'm pretty sure it's one of them. Where you get to do something as if you had expertise. Yeah. Here it is. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check you make that uses the chosen skill. That is the way to raise it. Oh god, that sweet caffeine boost. Ooh. Truly, you are a god's most pitiful warrior this night. Do not worry, there's still a monster out in the world. Somewhere. Sadly, it's just not near you. Tools, but yeah. That is fine. Okay, what's it called when, was that a template, I think? Oh, that's on the spell page, that's why. There's a... Because I know magic items you can specify, there it is, generic variant. Let's see, any for tools, sadly. How do I get all these mundane items out? Magic. Rarity. There we go, magic. There we go. I have to look through all that stuff. Okay, general thing, any of these that come off as something giving a skill. Oh yeah. Yeah, I self-medicate with Dr. Pepper. That is my go-to for caffeine. And my teeth are suffering for it. I'm doing my best, but some days it's just real rough. Imbued wood. How about these variants? Yeah, I think for rare, rare is good enough to get at least a little bonus on top of this additional expertise. Let's see, are there any other generic things for tools, though? Because it'd be really nice for an idea of how to phrase this. Oh, well, fuck me, I guess. Okay, we'll just go off this description for the imbued woods. So to start, that there. Okay. Instead of the chosen school, this. Yeah, I think just like those, this should also be attunement. See, how do I do that again up here? Comma, then italics, got it. Sorry, I like consistency. I just have a short-term memory and forget how I do things sometimes. You know how it is. Does that make materials better? There's that, but it's hard to quantify. I think that would work for like the flavor text of how they get a +1 to it, because that makes sense for like weapons or armor, like how I have in the campaign with you guys that they're sharpened weapons or they're masterwork items, so they're naturally better than typical. But flavor text can be super helpful in a generic type magic item. They're tricky, they're not hard, it's just the phrasing to keep them like ambiguous so it can apply to multiple things is the thing. Attunement. Rare. Is doubling proficiency bonus. How's a spell? Swing with this set. Actually, you know what? That name item doesn't quite make as much sense now. Tools from the genius. How about instead the master's work tools? Play on the masterwork, but also it's like, of course they're good. Your master's been using them for decades before you even joined the trade. Kind of adds a little flavor of why they're so good that some know nothing can get proficiency with them. Not proficient. Tools up. Go. Door bonus. It's in the set. bonus double for any ability check you make. Bad use. Yeah, if I did while using it, that'd be like, hey, I'm gonna attack with this. Avoid that business. And then the flat bonus, I think just a flat 2. We'll say that bonus can be used even when you're not attuned. Just because, like, you don't have time to attune it, but we need to get this done now. Let's see. Start with this flavor thing. A. That's the way to do it is metallics A. Master's work. A. Tools for. Yes, let's see. Oh, forgot to do the closing asterisks. There we go. God, I hate that I somehow mess up spaces like this. I don't know why I'm stupid like that. We got the flavor text, we got the why it works, where the magic comes from. Okay. Using this set to craft an item. Additional +2 bonus to the check. There you go. Let's see. The other part of this description was 50 chance when using the effects of the tools that they move your hands, add something to what you are additionally crafting. Okay, so I'll say that effect is probably limited to non-magical items. Let's see. Non-magical item, make it very useful for a non-magical crafter. It adds a little gilt and edging, so I think mechanically, way to add it, double its value, perhaps? Let's see. Yeah, because anything mundane, it's not going to be super powerful, but it's a generic thing, so it could find any tool sets, any artistic supplies. It'd be a very fun, like, early campaign, maybe first, second tier difficulty, just for an NPC. Some crafting items. Phrases. The experience of his last owner. Its last owners. Much as like do a D100 just for the drama of it. It's only a rare. It's not a super named thing, generic thing. We'll stick with. Actually, how about instead of double? We'll do a D6. Yeah. D6 minus 1. Wait, no. I need the chance of it to actually work first. Okay. Do 20. Okay. Of 11 or higher. Okay. Oh. 26. How did I do that? Okay. Oh. -1, so it's a maximum as a multiplier of 5, which is still a lot for mundane items. But that's just how detailed a master craftsman can get. Now, I honestly don't want to try and figure out wording about what happens if you roll a 0, so let's just reduce it to a d4, which is still a lot. Plus, yeah. I was trying to think of it's like, how do I make that not just a clumsy thing to write? Instead, we'll do d4 plus 1, so the minimum is a doubling. So you're not rolling like an 11, just barely succeeding, and having no benefit. Still has the maximum of multiplier 5, but you still definitely get something. Found by the result of the dice, yep. We're missing there. We got flavor text, we've got mechanics. Let's see, maybe. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Space like that. What'd I do? Yeah, okay. Tighten up those lines. Wrapping up. Sadly, we will not be able to get to this big thing you sent in, Beck. Almost the equivalent of 4 items at once, so it'll probably be more of just a describe where I think the balance is towards the end. Yeah, for this cursed trap, though. Some say this curse, others say is the nature of adventurers. This curse makes the bear have a strong desire to do what others say they can't. You can attempt to let cooler heads prevail by making a DC 14 wisdom save. Juicy, and if you pass, you have a cooler head, but still bear whispers in the back. Very good flavor. Just a matter of how to make the more concrete mechanics of it shine. The easy thing is thanks for the reminder, Streamlabs. Sip. More of a gulp, but good enough. Let's see if it's sit out. DC 14. Which is not bad for a curse. It's middling. Late game, it's not going to be a major issue. Let's see, what is the way to phrase this? Let's see. Enchantment spells, probably. Enchantment. Here are school college. There we go. Enchantment. Okay, let's see. With 14, these spells that'd be probably no higher than a 5th level got. Gios is pretty close. Probably a bit much. That is right around the same power level for the swaying you to do things. Some of the sort of makes you attack certain people when you hit them. Yeah, probably. This is more looking up something to kind of like borrow the wording from. Don't really. The Psychic Land spell's enchantment. That's strange. Oh well. Let's see. Ooh, compulsion. That sounds like it makes a bit more sense. Choice, they can see with range. I can hear you. Must make wisdom saves. We got that so far. Automatic succeeds that can't be charmed. Failed. A target is affected by the spell, and until it ends, you can use a bonus action on your turns. Designate a direction that is horizontal to you. Each effect or target must use. Yeah, I mean, that's tricky. I don't think I can use the wording of that. But it's definitely, it sounds better. Let's see. Motivational speech? Was that a... Acquisitions Incorporated, right? So ally staff are inspired bystanders to exhort and inspire them to greatness. There's 5. In range, can hear you for duration. 10 HP and Phantom Wisdom. No, I think Giao's might be the one I have to use. If only because there's nothing in lower level that kind of sounds like it. Exos is probably going to be just straight up command. Within range. Skill, wisdom save. Follow command next turn. It definitely has to be limited to things you can do within a minute. I think it's just like a slightly longer term for command. Giving time for a setup, it's like you gotta climb this ladder to jump off the diving board, or they're gonna call you a wuss. And, let's see. Because it's a curse, I can definitely ignore the if your command is directly harmful to it. I don't think I can come up any ways on the fly for general things like approach, drop, flee that command has. So we'll stick to the main thing. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I think to start with a little bit of flavor. The name of this curse is pretty much the hold my beer. Yeah, pretty just probably likely in connection with the what activates it. Suggestion, I forgot about suggestion. Let's see. Any other more wording I can take out of that? It's just course of activity. There we go. Yeah, I think course of activity done within a minute. Good way to do it. Let's see, suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable. I think maybe twist that so the curse makes non-reasonable request sound possible. Action. Actually, yeah, this is just kind of a time release suggestion, more or less. So we don't need the ends when damaged. Let's see. Can't be charmed or immune. I think phrase this to, because it's a curse, creatures that can't be charmed. Let's see. Have disadvantage on it. Because it's a compulsion, but it's not a charm type effect necessarily. Limited. Yeah. You see 14 down there. Are first afflicted with this curse. What should be a good sign for someone's under a curse like this? For, not irritable, what's the term? defensive, contrary. I think contrary is the word I'm thinking of. Someone that they can't do something they make a. Here's where we can bring in this. Oh. C14. This is the immediately set out and get impulsive. No, yeah. Contrary is just more like. I think that fits better with it's like you can't do something. It's like bitch, please watch me. Yeah, it's like they're just intentionally trying to prove someone wrong. Make these resist yet. Immediately always makes me think I spelled it wrong. I don't know why. Let's see. I think aside from a remove curse type scenario, I think the curse automatically goes away after attempting 3 such things. Oh, Jesus. The timers always spooks me. One sec. Just take melatonin for later. Oh, that's the last one. Shit. Oh, that's the problem for tomorrow's me. There we go. Yeah, but I think it's a curse. It should be something that automatically is just removed after 3 attempts to do things. Let's see before I forget. So normally charmed, they have advantage on the save. 14's good. It's not a major trap. It's not dealing damage. But not hate. Have. Now to look up. Let's see specific items that have curses for the wording of applying remove curse. Here we go. We don't need the attunement because it's not an item. I'll reword that. Yeah, this is actually the wrong curse to try and pull that from. Does not have the right wording for me. There we go. Car versus only one. Identify as cast on you. Delete some of this middle stuff. There we go. Do the space thing. Get rid of all this weird formatting it does to me for whatever reason. Let's fix this. Let's see. Only when identify spells cast on them. Go. Tombing. The effects. There we go. Until by the remove curse spell or similar magic. So, ends when the success 3. Asks? No. Action sounds too short. We'll say challenges. Are also isn't the term here. They are compelled. That's it. Compelled to doing by the curse. There's that. Yeah, we're compelled into doing. D14. Yeah, the curse of hold my beer. Let's go ahead and get rid of a trap. Alrighty. Yeah, that is it for things we're actually crafting tonight. Now it's just getting the big description that you had sent me. Let's see, where is it? Where is no, that's the wrong window. That's why I'm not finding it. There. Okay. You're just gonna copy paste all this because it is a lot, and we will talk about it just a bit. Like I said, it is not going to be not quite enough time to actually full on talk about this. Okay, so let's first do some formatting so we can actually read this a little easier. Do there, there. Here's the last one. And the top one will get a second one. Let's get some of these bolded to make them easier to read. And I'll just wrong place there. God damn it, I did the thing again. Yeah, make it easier to read, and then I'll just read along. So I know some people find it easier to understand stuff they can read and listen to it. Great. Don't close that. This needs to go here. Why is that bold? That's just supposed to be you know what, whatever. A little sentimental. I notice is it's very nice. Let's do a big sip, and I'll go ahead and read through this whole thing. A good note to leave off on the stream. So when the BBEG asks, you and what army? This can be your answer. This weapon once belonged to many a great fated hero. Each one has imbued a part of their fated soul into the weapons when they gave up adventuring or passed from the mortal realm. Require attunement, this is a +2 weapon that deals double the base damage type on a hit. This weapon also gives the user an aura of a hero, an advantage on charisma checks to persuade someone to help you. If a chosen or fated hero attunes to this weapon, it can unlock special attacks or properties. Oh, I just noticed space there. Shut up, Streamlabs, I just sipped. Alright, for the smith. Rules are meant to be broken, and the smith is an expert at that. When you hit with an attack, when you hit with an attack, the damage you deal, I think that's supposed to be in there. The damage you deal with the initial weapon damage. Say initial damage roll. Great sword doing 2d6 and such. Double damage could be any damage type you have access to. Probably better wording there. Magical weapons. Jeez, I really hate the formatting on here. It makes it hard for me to read from the editing side of it. I don't know why it auto edits like this. Just immediately in the middle of a sentence, just like, hey, we need a line break here. But why? Because I said so, apparently. So just doing this quick couple fixes so I can read it a little easier. Okay. Psycho Pomp, like Pompadour. Physics and limits are really just an illusion. When you hit once with this weapon, you choose your bonus action to cast a spell of 5th level or lower. This can be used a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus or spellcasting modifier, whichever is highest. The Rogue. No matter what your main class is, Rogue should always be included. You can add sneak attack damage to a hit as if you had as many levels in Rogue as you do overall. When you use this feature, a layer of slime coats the weapon's edge for some reason. And the Warrior. Talk softly, carry a big stick. That's the name of the game. When you attack with this weapon, you do so with the might of a giant, adding a d4 to all hits. So I think that should be damage rolls, because it sounds like it's the 2-hit bonus. But you also have 3 charges per short rest to call upon the Warrior's aid. As a bonus action, you can summon a large spectral raven, with a large bird stat, to aid you in battle. Very good. Needs a couple things. Let's see. First, let's go ahead and find the large bird stat in question. So that'll help us tell if that where in the balance that last one lies. Okay, Raven tends to be a pretty common one, at least as of late. Are there any dire ravens? Practice Swarm, Practice Void, no. Ah, Giant Raven, that's why, not dire. Alright, let's see. They've got armor class 10, not great, only 22 hit points. Yeah, because they're still just challenge rating 1s. Giant Eagles? Yeah, let's see if that's any better than the Ravens. Still CR1, they got better armor class than Ravens. Only a couple more hit points. Faster fly speed though, that's 80 feet instead of 60 feet. So already doing better there. How about these stats? Let's see, Ravens 15, Eagles 16, Dex 17 on the Giant Eagle versus 10. Cons only down by 1. Wait, that's just enough intelligence on the Giant Eagle not to have Awaken work on them, isn't it? Awaken, that limit is... Okay, no, the limit's a 10. Okay, Giant Eagles can still be awakened. Whew. Slightly better Wisdom, definitely better Charisma. It's just 0 instead of -2. And I think Weapon, well, their attacks are actually a little less. Yeah, because Giant Ravens have 2d4, but Eagles have 1d6. So potentially higher, but the average is actually in the favor of the Giant Ravens. With their talents being equivalent, because both do the same amount of damage. Oh, interesting. So what I'm seeing is Giant Ravens are better in packs, Giant Eagles are better by themselves. Then Giant Owl. Let's see how that goes up against the Eagle. Hope that's language. Bestiary there. Lower strength, lower dex. Oh yeah, no, Giant Owl is only a CR 1/4, not a whole 1 CR. So overall, they're definitely worse. Points are only down a little. 12 armor class though. Almost all the stats are lower by at least 2. Yeah, Giant Eagle is definitely better than Giant Owl. Because they've also got multi-attack, and Giant Owls don't have that. So yeah, so just put that in there really quick. Short rest, call large spectral raven. Let's see the Eagle, just so it's got better armor class, because that's going off Penny, who became a new god of war for the Norse pantheon to ensure fucking neo-Nazis couldn't get their own on the seat. Pterodactyl or flying dinosaur? Maybe. Do they have pterodactyl? The problem might just be if they're, like, too strong, you know? Pteranodon, that's it. Pteranodons are also a 1/4 CR. Yeah, they're down there with owls. God, they've got worse hit points than owls. Jesus. That's really... So yeah, if it comes down to Pteranodon versus Owl, Pteranodon's better as a 1/4 if you need a ride for like a halfling, because they're medium size instead of small. Yeah, let's see. Creatures. Did I not open a creature tab? I did not. Alright, let's open a creature tab. Flying creatures in the beast category. Okay, things with fly speed. There we are. Fly speed. And beast. There we go. There are unfortunately not a lot of beast CRs. That's unfortunate. The closest would be Quetzalcoatlus, but that's only a CR2. So honestly, I mean, Penny wasn't really known for summoning things. She had a shadow. I think trying to get the shadow would be a better thing than that, just because what she typically did. In which case, we could actually simplify it and do similar to what Katrin in the current campaign is doing, Were-Ravens. If it would actually... What is the name of the Were-Raven stat? Is it not Were-Raven? Weird. I'll check Warrior Spirit, because for some reason Were-Raven's not popping up for me. If I spell it correctly. Dang. Nothing coming up is just generic Warrior Spirit, and a lot of these are from like specific settings. Were-Raven, here we are. How was that not popping? Whatever. Let's see. They're CR2, which is fine. They have shape changers so they can choose to fly. They got regeneration, yeah. I think this is better. Sword Wraith? Let me pull that up. Spelled right there. No, that search bar is not working, but this one is. Weird. Sword Wraith Warrior. Let's see, popping between the two Were-Ravens. I mean, it's a legendary thing. I still think that's too much for something that's going to have the potential of any of these 4 examples. But Were-Raven, I mean, it has the variety and it ties into the godhood she got from Odin specifically. Like, here's your inheritance that I must leave behind as I go. Let's see. They have multi-attack, they have hybrid form. And they can use hand crossbows compared to, let's see, Sword Wraith Warrior. They pretty much have Reckless without the downside, just bonus action to get advantage on battle axe or longbow. Damage-wise, they're definitely doing better, but not by much damage-wise. Mostly what they've got going for them is the armor class. Yeah. And, I think to preserve the flying bit, say the Were-Raven stat block, but we'll give it extra health. that just so it's not getting muddled with the rest of the words. Let's see. So rogue, I think that's fine because it's just straight damage. Warrior getting the ability to summon 3 additional warriors, though only one at a time. Psychopomp. 6 limits are just illusion. When you hit with this weapon, choose to use a bonus action. Honestly, that's pretty good, especially with the number of uses. Let's see. I mean, that's a nice reference to him getting a spellcaster stat above 20. Yeah, definitely meant for a mage. But yeah, the reference that could get your spellcasting modifier higher than proficiency bonus at mid-game if you do things right. Yeah, I think you can leave that as is. Like, that alone is definitely worth a mage getting their hands on this weapon. Then Smith. And that was... And when you hit an attack, you deal the initial damage roll. And the... I think to simplify that, we just say the entire damage is changed. But only once per turn. That way it's not just equally half is this other thing, which wording-wise is a little weird, unless it's like a specific damage. Let's see. So, wording like that would go once per turn. Hit with attack the damage you deal. Just be shortened. Oh, almost did too much there. Damage deal. Any damage type you have access to in your spells or magical weapon. That's really good with a ranger, with an artificer. Definitely better than artificer. I think they get more variety in damage types for their spells. I think that's fine. This goes with your revolving, revolver of many damage types. Freaking beating a 36 DC to make that successfully the first time. I think the only thing this would be missing for a mythic variant weapon like that is something that everyone gets access to, other than this double damage. What's something? I think I need to open a tab on a window to go to the original Roll20 handout for what those heroic weapons could do. There we go, that window will work. This will be a quick thing, and we'll wrap up only about, like, less than 20 minutes after. Let's see, first campaign. There we go. Okay, where is this handout for the magical hero-specific medal with hero-specific abilities? Oh, man, fuck me, I had so many things in here. Alright, battery. No. Dang it. Man, I wish I was better at sorting things in the past. But you know, hindsight's 2020. Celestial bronze, okay. Is typing the wrong thing. Heirloom. No, that was Derek's thing. Magic items, okay. Yeah, because Celestial Bronze had 2 abilities. One was just anti-magic, which is a bit niche for a even for an artifact. There we go. The Call to Glory. Heroes attuned can resist the Call of Death once. And, let's see. We're not going to do the whole thing, which is originally it loses all magical properties aside from it being magical after that is used. After those things, we will go here, actually paste, and then do some editing. Magical. Can resist the call of death once. This property used. Hero can never benefit from this property again. In short, everyone gets one. You know, that's just the sort of thing that artifacts get. Oh, spaced out for why is the Akopomp for the caster option? Yeah, that is because the nickname the wizard got in our first campaign. I let him use an old Unearthed Arcana subclass. It's pretty much like pre-release version Wizards of the Coast would put out. That allowed a wizard to choose a cleric domain, and he chose the one Death, which has a very Psychopomp-like ability, especially tied to his Asmar subrace. I think would be the right term. That just dealt necrotic damage, and he'd able to activate it for like a minute a day. So he is very death aligned. So big heroic prophecy named his position as the what's the grave? I always get the two mixed up. Death and the grave. But yeah, pretty much he was death aligned domain, but a wizard. So he's able to get some cleric spells to help keep people alive, which ties with the Psychopomp, you know, choosing who dies and who lives kind of thing. But yeah, these are pretty much, let's see. Rather than the smith, our artificer Andrea was referred to as the locksmith. I'm actually blanking. Oh, right, not the rogue. He was called the trader, but because it's supposed to be a hero weapon, that seems like a better name for the rogue. And the warrior. I don't think it was called the warrior, but it was a positive, like, similar title. So that also fits, yeah. Psychopomp just stands out because it's a lot more specific than these other ones, for sure. But yeah, on that note, only thing, I think the only thing left would be a name, but for an artifact, it'd probably be individual for what each weapon has. So we'll go ahead and leave it at that. Got it good. It's not perfectly balanced. I mean, Rogue is definitely a lot better. Just because whether you're Rogue or not, you get the equivalent of sneak attack. Wait, let's see. That actually needs one line to hit once per turn. Yeah, just many levels. Yeah, that keeps from being super broken. Yeah, just because that's most consistent damage, while the smith is able to work around immunities and resistances. Psychopomp just being able to cast spells as a bonus action, even if they're typically a action. Let's see. And the warrior, I mean, you just get to bring in some buddies. It's a very nice throwback to a really good campaign. It was fun. And hopefully that level of fun carries over, wrapping up the rest of this current campaign in the future when we do the cipher system for our spacefaring mission of the week type campaign. But yeah, for the moment, thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you especially the people who sent in ideas for us to look over and do the little corrections, think up the fun names like the Hold My Beer curse. I especially liked Shell of the Shore Loser, only because part of that was inspired by just verbal diarrhea of just saying things tongue twister wrong. But yeah, it has been fun, and hopefully we can do this at least one more time this year. Maybe towards the fall, bunch of family events that at need a break from. But as for tonight, let's go ahead and find someone to raid out to. Let's see. This window will work just fine. Who is currently on? I know Kai is doing a big Horse Girl stream, and it is hilarious. She's got like a dozen different horse-themed games, and every hour she changes it. It's called the Ultimate Horse Plinko event. That'd be fun. Or anything that'd be more enjoyable for the various group. I misread one person. I thought it said Mario Kart, but no, it's Super Mario Sunshine. Let's see. Oh, actually, I got it. So, not Kaya. We are going to go into the current location of the Harmonic Trans Rain Train. We are going to support them. I did not join this one because it is multiple days longer than the one I did. Oh gosh, was back in November that long ago? Oh, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and support them. And I'm going to hope it is not towards the end of that stream, so we're not going from one raid into another. But again, thank you everyone for participating, being in here, commenting. It's been real fun. Hope we do it again soon. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Hope you guys get enough to eat. You actually remember to drink, especially in a tune of all the hydration routines I've gone tonight. Ooh. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Hope to see you again, just as healthy, if not more so next time. Until then, see ya.